My name is Viggo Bergtun. I'm a Norwegian guy and elected president of World Veteran Federation. I'm a veteran from 1978. I was very young at that time, and we was not prepared at all for what was going on. So after that, I've been working with veterans for nearly 40 years. It's a long way, a lot to learn, and well, we have a long way to go again. I'd like to present my organization, the World Veteran Federation. It's an international, non-profit, non-governmental organization. It was, in fact, established in Paris, France, in 1950, but it was already planned just after the Second World War. It's an umbrella organization for many organizations from all over the planet. We have now 172 veteran organizations from 120 countries, and we represent over 45 million veterans. We have estimatedly in our umbrella organization over 20,000 volunteers who work with veteran issues. In fact, we have 2 veteran organizations here in Ukraine, and we have some representatives from them. That's all Ukrainian Union of War Veterans and Ukrainian Union of War Veterans of Afghanistan. We had a long relationship and good cooperation by treating the veterans from 2006 up till today. The World Veteran Federation has also a good cooperation with United Nations. In fact, we was declared peace messengers in 1987, and we have a consultative status all the way back to 1951. So, our mission is to guide and advise our member association so they can take the lead in supporting initiatives that foster peace and security first, and then for health and welfare action that will enhance the well-being and independence of the members. We have 2 divisions. One division is Peace and Security Division. That is basically the most important division we have. The task we do there is the activity among veterans and also involve veterans in mediation and foster peace and security and independence of the state they are living into. That was the basic thing. And later on, it comes to health and welfare. As you know, we have been talking not only today, but also yesterday about the health situation. I will not go into that. I will rather say that I'm very pleased that so many have so much to say here in the summit, which is very, very valuable for all of us. I'd like to say also that we have a lot of experience, 65 years back. And what has told us is that reintegration of veterans is often very seen as a purely governmental responsibility. And most lobby are geared in this direction. International practice has also learned us that the actual reintegration of veterans and the broader group of ex-combatants actually take place at the community level. And it's fostered by non-governmental organizations, veterans organizations, and the business community. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of the issues we have seen yesterday and today are in the pure heart for betterment for veterans. And we are in Ukraine, which provide, per my viewpoint, a good example of importance of the private sector, the veteran organization, and the local communities to be involved. The stories are many, where people left their jobs to join the efforts of the government of the aggression from neighbor states. They were in fact led to believe that after their contract with the army was finished, they will get their jobs back, and the expectation was that the community will receive them back as heroes. This was in fact promised when they was in the recruitment campaign. However, on return, many found that the jobs in the private sector were no longer available to them, and the communities did not receive them as heroes, but in fact, the opposite. The consequences, disillusion and frustration has led to, socially, economic, and also mental problems among the veterans. So what is the response? Who can solve this problem? Indeed, government has its role to play, both central but actually more local government, as this is where the people live. The veteran goes back home. What is required is local level integration program where NGOs have a key role to play in changing community perspective. Also, we just heard about the media that it should not be the media's task to change it. It is the veterans, and most important, to work with the local private sector, possible through the chambers of commerce, to ensure access to their former or new job, and to gain trust of the business community that veterans actually have business. Well, I like to say something about what I have experienced here. We heard a lot of advice, a lot of plans, a lot of research, which is very important. But I have to have some comments on that. When bringing the veteran issues forward, we have seen that putting a veteran department in place, it will have a much bigger power across the other department to fulfill the need of veterans. If it's not under the defense or the department, well, I can assure you that this will turn out to be a problem if you put it under the Department of Defense. You will lose power. So it should be lifted up to be a part across the other department. Secondly, the veteran department should come forward with a national veteran plan that also include local authorities, demanding the local authorities to implement the local plan. It's also preparing new veterans and families for the veterans' time to come, which has been definitely missing for many years, not only in Ukraine, but in many, many countries. You have to take care and prepare the soldiers before mission, under mission, and after mission. And ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget the children, the families, and the friends to the veterans. They are the most important, per my viewpoint. They are the first aid group and should be included very, very early in the process. Number 4. And I'm a spokesman for all my members, so I definitely say you have to include all veteran organizations in the planning and the practical implementation. A veteran from combat always had trusted sisters and brothers in their mission. The government, sorry to say, is not always trusted. And therefore the trust in a veteran plan activity can be re-established within brotherhoods among veteran organizations. 5, make a plan for gradually implementation over years. Do not make this big arrow and put all things in one shot. It will be too overwhelming for the people, for the veterans, for the relatives, and definitely also for the society. And also, share working veteran technology. We don't have to invent the wheel again, so to say. Recognize officially the veteran very often, that they are doing something for the state. And you should do it in the local society and the national society to try to get the trust back. They don't have the trust. And if the veteran doesn't have trust in you, they will never support you. Even if you make a beautiful plan, a lot of money, a lot of pension. If they don't have trust, you will never succeed. Well, we started to work with Transition International, a Netherlands-based consulting firm bringing 20 years of reintegration expertise, working worldwide and drafting national strategy and providing training and reintegration and related topics. We have in our Peace and Security Division participated in a big program to make a worldwide pool of experts. And 2 weeks ago, I was also in the Netherlands to build up that pool so we can have a broader knowledge about health and welfare. And again, peace and security. Who knows best about peace? Definitely those who has experienced war. We should be included in the process of, so to say, teaching the populistic veterans that you should definitely listen to the veterans. Again, we believe that veterans and their organizations have a key role to play to advise the governments and implementing peace-building programs and assure the full socially economic reintegration of veterans and ex-combatants. There is a little thing to that. On long term, we have also learned that veterans integrated, if they're really part of the mainstream society and do not have their veteran status as the primary identity, they will be more easy to implement in the society. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we have a big task in front of us. To work for the betterment for veterans is a never-ending story. However, I want you to know that we in the World Veteran Federation is here to support all veterans and the government of Ukraine. Thank you very much.